story, The Deer Who Lost His Tail. Once upon a time, in a quaint little cottage nestled at the edge of a vast, ancient forest, lived an elderly couple. Every day they strolled through their garden together, and every evening they sat by the fire, sharing stories. They lived a peaceful and serene life. Whenever they chatted, the old woman would often say, "We have our home, we have our garden, and we feel happy. But we have one fear. We're not afraid of thunder, not of lightning, not even of ghosts, but we are terrified of Leo. Leo is our greatest fear." She'd say this, swaying her body back and forth. As for the old man, he never understood what this Leo was that his wife spoke of. Outside, darkness blanketed the entire house. Wild animals were out foraging in the forest. The elderly couple had no idea that while they were talking, a tiger was lurking outside their home, just as they didn't know that a thief was also hiding nearby. The tiger listened intently to their conversation. When he heard the old woman mention her greatest fear, the terrifying Leo, he was astonished. He was the king of the jungle, after all, and knew no fear. But he had no idea what this Leo was that the old woman was so afraid of. It must have been truly terrifying. Fear started to creep into the tiger's heart. At that moment, the thief was prowling in the shadows, waiting for the perfect opportunity to steal the old man's cow. He crept closer to the house. Suddenly, he saw something moving in the darkness. It was the tiger approaching the house to hear the couple's conversation more clearly. The thief thought it was the old man's cow and moved closer, reaching out to grab it. Instead of a cow, he touched the tiger. Terrified, he scrambled up onto the roof in the darkness to escape the tiger. All of this happened while the tiger was still listening, wondering what he'd do if he ever encountered this Leo. Then suddenly, he saw a strange figure climbing the roof and thought, "This must be the Leo that the old couple is so scared of. I have to run." He quickly left to avoid this Leo. The tiger, trembling with fear, reached the edge of the forest and encountered a deer. He told the deer about Leo and how he'd seen him climb onto the roof. The deer was taken aback and terrified to hear about this Leo. In his panic, he said, "Oh dear, who can help me escape from this terrifying Leo now?" The tiger, acting wise and brave, said, "Come to me, little deer, I will protect you. Tie your tail to mine, and we'll be safer when we encounter Leo." And so they tied their tails together, feeling reassured as they hid behind the house. Just then, a branch snapped and fell down with a crash. The thief, hiding on the roof, was so scared that he almost jumped from the roof, landing near the deer. The deer, terrified, tried to escape, pulling his tail with all his might, while the tiger also pulled in the opposite direction. Crack! The deer's tail snapped. The thief ran back to his home, the deer ran into the forest, and the tiger ran away in another direction. The severed tail was caught in the tiger's tail and disappeared into the dark forest with him. The old couple continued to talk about Leo, oblivious to what had happened outside. And to this day, no one knows what this terrifying Leo really was.
Like and subscribe Children's Farm for more.